almost immediately after I had given a formal role in this UNESCO cultural conventions, the business of Haiti happened.
The climate thing.
No, the earthquake. The earthquake. So that earthquake practically leveled the islands. What happened after that? This was 2000. So when did I get into this? 2012. So this may have been 12 itself or 11.
Yeah, it was a ocean seismic thing that.
Yes. Yeah, correct. So Haiti was practically leveled, and then the UN agencies, of course, as they like to say, and as we also like to say, swung into action.
Someone needs to make a cartoon of like the UN
Swinging
agency
into action. Swinging into action.
No, but I don't know if any of you have had any occasion to be interested in what happened in Haiti after that. So what happened in Haiti after that is that for the next decade, if not more, in my view, Haiti was a occupied territory. The UN agency that had or could claim anything to do with disasters and emergencies was there, set up temporary offices, sent personnel there. They sent, in fact, because there was no accommodation that could be cited, since it was still recovering from these things. There were landslips, landslides, all sorts of things. They went on vessels. The vessels were anchored offshore from Port-au-Prince, and they conducted their business from there. And I think within about a year and a half, reports started to filter out, certainly partly because of whatever the Haitian media was able to regroup and do their work, about what we can only and correctly describe as abuses. So these were abuses that ranged from the relatively minor, which is, low-level corruption, to any of the grosser ones that you can imagine, which includes pedophilia and drugs and all the rest of them. So who committed these abuses? It was those who were on the UN watch over there at that time and on the point. And this continued for several years until I think the mounting record of what had happened became impossible to defend. I mean, this is easily looked for if you look it up on websites and things. So it's very easy to look at this. But if you look at it as a continuum of a UN occupation of a territory following a disaster or an emergency, then that tells you a story that actually should be a very grave alarm bell for any country, any nation state that has anything to do with the UN system in any way. Once Haitian media, so far as I know, because they publish and broadcast in French, so far as I know, so whatever I heard was secondhand from French working colleagues at that time. I don't know how long it took for it to filter into French and European media after that. But I think what also did happen is, because Haiti is in the American backyard, when this came out into the American press, so far as I can see, America is deeply distrustful of the UN system, which itself it propagates and supports. But I mean, at one level, I think Americans love to bash the UN, and mostly rightly so. So I think when this Haiti situation came out in American media and then was transported to UK via the English media, that's when at last.
Since the Haiti local news was being covered in French, is that what you said, sir? So can we, like, there would be a definite bias if something is reported from Indian media. Was that bias toward the, in a colonized way, even in Haiti, in the way that they covered it? Did they do it in a way that UN would like?
And the response of UN towards this media reports, like how important is the media backlash for them to like course correct themselves?
Yeah, well, to what Ojasvi asked, I don't know because I didn't look at it. I know just too many things to do. I didn't look at it as how is the media reporting it. But to the other part, what did the UN do when this started tumbling out? Well, as usual, they did what they do in such cases, which is, oh, we are very disturbed to hear this. We'll put together a small group to go to Haiti and find out what's going on, and we'll take corrective action as soon as possible and report back to the member states. Uh, which is, I think, is what they do and what our governments do in all such cases. So I think the more moot question is, what did the member states do once they got to know about this? Saying that, look, we also contribute to all your emergency funds, and you've sent out these planes and ships and you know, consignments of tents and milk food and God knows what else. And now it turns out that this is what you use the money for. And who are these people who've employed to do this anyway, who are running around smoking drugs and being pedophiliac in nature? One would have expected member states to be asking those kind of questions, and even if you didn't ask those questions in the periodical fora, why wait for one of those to come around 2 months, 3 months hence, when you got the news and you were fairly convinced that this was in fact the case?